Okay. So I said we'd take a look at Orb of Insight and spell decks. So we're going to try using Orb of Insight in the new spells. So we're actually going to be playing Deadeye Ambush, and the reason for this is there's not really any synergy for spells in particular within the leader abilities, right? So you can move, right? You've got the Guerrilla Tactics, you can move. You've got the one that gets benefits off Nature's Gift. That doesn't benefit with release spells. We already tried that out the other day. And then you've got the Mahakam Forge. It does spawn a Tempering, which you can use. That is an option. And then you've got Deadeye. Well, there's also Precision Strike, but that doesn't have much here. And then we have Deadeye Ambush. So I thought, what is one of the weaknesses I've been running into trying out all these new decks? And that's that we lose a round, because we don't have a big tempo swing or anything, without just committing all of our Orb of Insights and our Sim loss. So I thought, let's try playing Deadeye Ambush with Feign Death and see how that works. I feel like it should add a lot to the deck. So here we go. We have the Crystal Skull, we have the Feign Death, the Onomancy. I considered not using Onomancy because it takes up so many provisions, and maybe cutting it down to the Ramada to draw our big card, or to a Royal Decree, but then Royal Decree can't get Feign Death, but Mada could draw Feign Death. But the Echo actually has a lot of value here because we want to use it twice. We want Sim loss, and we definitely want Feign Death, so having the Echo is really valuable in this case. We have the Sim loss, the Heat Wave, Francesca. Francesca's probably going to eat a Heat Wave for you, which is what you... Honestly, her best use is probably just to take a Heat Wave so Harald Gord doesn't die. But if her ability goes off, say against monsters which don't have removal for her, they can't Parasite her because she's a 7, they can't lock her. And outside of that, maybe they'll Parasite and Wispus you, but at that point you can have Francesca go Onomancy Sim loss, and there you go, that's a reactivation. Or you can boost her up and protect her, so that's not really too concerning. So she's really good in that matchup, because you can also go for Francesca double Heat Wave on the double Gurney cores if you want, which is strong. And then we have the Salve Amida. We're going to call this Deer. Yeah, we're calling it Deer because I don't know how to pronounce that. We have this. You can also Francesca this, which is interesting, because it won't get doomed. Since her change, the Scoia'tael, if you play a special card that's not neutral, it won't get doomed. In this case, if you play a Scoia'tael one, it won't get doomed. So you can play this, boost something, play this again, boost something, get 2 carryovers, see how that works. And it probably will be hard to do, but if it works, it might work out. Then Aelirenn to come out of our deck for help. Isengrim with Feign Death as our finisher. You could use Vernucell. You can cut Onomancy down to Mada, like I was saying. You get 4 provisions. You can bump Isengrim to Vernucell, but it's up to you. I think the Echo is too valuable. You can, if you do that, you also have another provision to maybe squeeze a Vanadane in somewhere. I wanted to try Vanadane out, but I couldn't fit him. We have Isengrim, yeah. So this is where Vanadane would be. I really wanted to try Vanadane. Maybe we'll try a dedicated Vanadane deck later, because you want to put the 2 Waylays into your hand, then you can use Snowdrop, draw 2 cards, put them back into your deck, and then go for a Sim loss on, like, what was that, 4 Waylays or more? That'd be pretty fun. In this case, we're just going to go with Isengrim. We have the Harald Gord, the 2 Orb of Insights. These are our big plays. The Nature's Rebuke. This could be Alzur's Thunder. I was trying Alzur out. So Alzur, the thing with Alzur is he's 11 provisions, right? So again, you could cut Onomancy and then change this to Royal Decree or something, but it's not really, you kind of need the Onomancy's Echo. So what you'd really have to cut is either Francesca or Heat Wave, and it's probably Francesca. This Heat Wave's kind of really good, but then you don't have double Heat Wave as an option, so you'd have to put Alzur in here somewhere. Honestly, if I wasn't dedicated to trying out Deer, I would cut the Deer and then drop something somewhere else to fit Alzur. But the thing with Alzur is he has to live, and he's a 6. So he can survive a 5 damage spell, but there's a lot of blocks and stuff going around to deal with big engines, so he'll get locked, and we're not playing the Dryad's Caress because we have no Dryads, so it's only a 3 into Purify. And at that point, why not play Crow's Eye? But that's not the point. The point is that we're playing Nature's Rebuke and Alzur's Thunders are completely interchangeable in this deck. We have no way to get a Treant, but you know, if there's some random scenario where it comes out that we get a Treant theoretically Nature's Rebuke is like 0.1% better because that option exists. And I don't know how it happened, but there you go. And then we have the Sorceress and the Elven Seer. These are our good cards. Elven Seer, you want to have duplicate a Orb of Insight, and Sorceress, if you can boost her with a pact or something, you can get her to create an Orb of Insight, which is nice. And then we have the Waylays. Now it's down to a 4. I think it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It'd be better if we could squeeze Vanadane in, but it has the potential to give us 6, and then we have an extra point on Isengrim. So we're going to play Waylays. And then we have, also the 3 damage might be valuable because, there's a lot of engines. So say you can hit a Self-Eater with this, you can hit and actually kill one of the Indrago Larvas again with this, which is pretty solid. So the 3 damage might be pretty handy. That's why I really wanted to use it. We have Pact. You can play Tempering, but Pact is worth 1 more point. So we're playing Pact. I'm not sure what's up with people playing Tempering over Pact. I understand in Nature's Gift because it spawns a little tree ant, but there's nothing here that benefits from having nature and the tempering, and only 1 dwarf, which is Harald Gord, and he's our finisher. The armor doesn't benefit him, so I'm pretty sure Pact is just better because we're not playing things from our graveyard except for our Savo Amida deer, and he is a he's a spell, and we're not going to boost him when he comes out, so the Doomed is kind of irrelevant. So I think this is just a better than Tempering in almost every scenario. Like, I can't think of a reason why we play Tempering over this. And then we have Elven Scribes. You can trade out these Scribes for something else if you want, but honestly, the 4 provision Scoia'tael elves are, well, there's a lot that aren't super awesome. Farseer, okay, we're not talking about Farseer or this card, but you can play some of the other ones. Maybe you want a Double Planet Bowman. The 2 damage or 3 damage can be useful, but I want to play Scribe. It has the highest upside. I think we need a high upside in this deck, and we also want something for the opponent to answer. Hopefully they kill Scribe and not our Seer or Sorceress. That's the idea here. Then we have Elven Swordmaster. These 1 damage pings are really useful. You can kill a Gurnicor's Fruit, you can do 1 damage and then hit with a Waylay, so having the 1 damage is actually really nice. This is the deck then. Let's see how it does. I don't know what's up with this coin appearing on the side of the screen during these nowadays. It's kind of weird. Okay, this is probably our worst possible matchup. So, we're going to have to think about this one quite a bit. Syndicate can blow through all of our cards. So, we really need this round 1 so we can hopefully get rid of the Tunnel Drill and Freak Show. Waylay is... we don't really want Pact, except we do want Pact to boost, but we might not be anything to boost. So we'll put back this Waylay, I think. Rebuke's better. Like I said, I don't think... we might run out of things to Pact. Honestly, we might go for a Feign Death round 1. Let's keep this hand. We can go for Francesca on the deer. That will be our goal. So we want carryover because he can blow through all of our engines. We're going to need another way to win. Honestly, the thing with Crystal Skull is if we hit Elven Seer, and then we can't Vitality Elven Seer from the Orb, just keep that in mind. It's worth a Sorceress.
I could drown you in
now, we could play Whisperer, the 3-point guy, but it's 3. It's a 3, so stuff like, even he has like, Dip in the Pontar. Okay, there's Junior. That's a fair commitment from him.
Slow, ain't ya?
We could Waylay that, but we don't have Waylay anymore. We can go for our Swordmaster. If he doesn't kill this, the 1 damage ping can kill him. So here, let's see what we're going to do. I hope he doesn't have... well, it'd actually be good if he commits Tunnel Drill or Freak Show here, because we don't want to deal with it later. I don't think he will. He's probably going to go for some setups. Here's a Casino Bouncers. Not sure if he's playing Sewer Raiders. That one's less common. Salamander decks play both, but Jackpot tends to play both also. But I don't think he does. We'll just kill this off. No reason to leave it around. We'll set up a Seer. Now this Seer's probably going to die. He probably has a removal card or something. Then we'll have to target. But if he doesn't kill it and it lives here, we'll drop a second Seer and go for the 2 spawns on Vitality or Orb of Insight. That'd be pretty cool. Confession Extractor. Alright, that's not good. Because if he has Hysteria, and he hits us with Hysteria, it's 3 damage and Bounty, and that does 4 and kills us. So I think we actually need to just use up our Elven Seer's ability here, because he's going to have the Hysteria here. Otherwise this play doesn't make sense. And we'll go do that. Still pretty solid. Getting Orb of Insight off an Elven Seer is what? 13 for the 5 version card eventually? That's really good. But it is vulnerable. Oh, Fistic. Let's see. If he poisons, are we in trouble on even? If he poisons us, we'll be down to 8 points. And he'll be at like 12. And then he has 9 coins bank, so it'll be really hard for us to win the round. Even with a Seer, we have nothing to target her with, and we'd have the rest of our hands not good. I mean, we could play the Deer for carryover, but we have these 2 orbs for carryover already. We could Rebuke, but then we'd be making something super tall, and we know he's playing poisons. I think we just pass. I think we can handle whatever he has. We just need to make sure we have an answer for Tunnel Drill and Freak Show immediately. It'll be okay. See, this is what I was talking about. We're at 8 points, but he has 9 coins banked. It's going to be hard for us to beat that. See the next round then. Let's see if he wants to push. We do have 2 orbs in our graveyard. The carryover option on them is really nice, and it's nice they're flexible because you can choose, if you need the points, just to play more special cards. We didn't get Aelirenn out yet. Kind of want to. Also, we have Simloss. If he pushes us, that's good because we can Simloss to Thin too, which is nice. Probably want to use Sword Master here. Honestly, Rebuke doesn't do much because the only thing we want to rebuke is a Tunnel Drill or a, what's he called, Freak Show. But we've already used up 1 orb, so the Nature's Rebuke becomes the next best target for Simloss, I think. So we can Simloss 2 Nature's Rebukes out if we really need them. Maybe that logic isn't the best, but I think we have access to both Rebukes to deal with this. If he's pushing us this round, he'll want to play both of those, most likely. We'll just open Francesca. That'll let him know we're serious, and we'll see if he passes. If he doesn't pass, his only removal, I believe, is going to be in Poisons or Freak Show / Tunnel Drill. Tunnel Drill's not set up yet. Freak Show doesn't have enough coins without leader charges, and if he has them, I think he'll wait till this counter gets lower. The thing is, we have 2 orbs in our graveyard, so we only need 1 more special. Right. There's a Justice. That's a big swing, so Tunnel Drill's probably coming out next turn. There's the Bloody Good Friends. He's got 2 of those. I'm not really concerned with those. Well, we have to keep in mind that they give bleeding so they can't bleed our Francesca, but we do have to keep in mind that if we go for Simloss here, we don't want to do that because we need the Rebukes, I think. Swordmaster or Scribe might be an option. They're pretty cheap. I really want to hold on to Feign Death because we've already committed our... what's she called, Francesca. So I'd like to keep that at least. So we'll drop this Scribe. If he doesn't kill Scribe, we just go for the Deer. Well, we probably don't want to go for Deer. We probably want another unit so we can not make something super tall when he's playing poisons. He might have Tunnel Drill here. Well, I think he probably has Tunnel Drill or Freak Show. If he does, he'll probably kill Scribe first. Against poisons, we could go tall, but he might have Heat Wave. So there's Freak Show. We can go for the double Rebuke now. It'll thin our deck, and it'll get rid of this guy. We can't have a Heat Wave then for Tunnel Drill. Or we don't have a rebuke for Tunnel Drill. But that's alright, because we have Heatwave if we really need it. And with the orbs coming back here, this should put us pretty close in points, right? So Orb, Francesco's gonna duplicate Orb. This guy's gonna get really big. If this guy has a Philippa, well, I don't think he'll play Philippa. I don't think he wants to use 6. I don't think he wants all 6 of his line pocket chargers to steal this. It is a big steal, but I don't think he'd want to do it. More likely, he's gonna go for a Tunnel Drill here. His 9 coins on Tunnel Drill kills this. The Tunnel Drill has a profit. You know what? Maybe he will Philippa this. Although they haven't been playing Philippa a lot recently. Tunnel Drill? No. Oh, he's gonna Philippa steal it. That is a really big steal. It's a 28-point steal. That's really good for him, but I think we'll just go for our Feign Death then. I think we have to. And this will pull out our Aelirenn next turn if we play an elf. So I'm not too mad about that. He uses all 6 of his leader charges up, and we don't have to worry about a Philippa anymore. I was a little concerned using a Philippa our Francesca, but he can't anymore. So let's see, we get 6, 7, 8 points from the scenario, and well, 6 from the scenario, 2 off the commando. That puts us to 19. It's 4 elves. Aelirenn gives us 5. So we can play anything that's like 3 points here. This would be enough. We weren't able to get the carryover off of Deer, which is unfortunate. There's his vitality going off, and there's our +1 point. It's enough to take the round, which is good. Yeah, we didn't play Deer, which makes it a pretty bad card without carryover. Isengrim won't have a scenario to boost off of. We want this Heat Wave, I think. We definitely want it. Pact could do without. Like I said, do without. Scribe's not bad here. He played his Justice without Tunnel Drill, so Tunnel Drill's going to be a lot harder for him to set up good value from. So we'll just start throwing out our engines and hopefully get good value from them. He does play. He might need Cleaver to set up Tunnel Drill. Is this going to be bloody good fun? Sure. That's not too bad. Rather him kill that than something else. Go Seer. The reason we're not playing the Sorceress is I think we need her order to go through in order to get the Deer back from the graveyard. Cleaver, so Tunnel Drill's coming. Maybe we can get to exhaust his coins. Because he doesn't know we don't have good removal. Let's just we'll just throw these both down. We'll throw these both down. He has no coins, which is what I was thinking is, he has no coins now, so we're safe from Tunnel Drill for this turn. Oh, he might bank it. If he RNGs the bank into having it, and it's like the top card for coins, it'd be bad. Okay, dip in the Pontar. That's not bad. We can boost though. This is good. We'll boost, go for an Orb. So let's go for the Orb. We got it. Nice. We'll Orb the Seer, get another Orb here. And then getting close to bringing back the Deer. Oh, this will bring back the Deer, right? Not quite. Getting real close. Just one more special, though. Isengrim is going to not be amazing. We have, what, 3 leader charges? And Isengrim, that's 9, 4, plus he'll boost by 5. That's an 18-point swing for the leader charges in Isengrim. That's pretty good. And Heatwave on Cleaver's looking nice also. Tunnel Drill's going to come in here pretty soon. There's no way he's not playing Tunnel Drill. So let's get our boost now before our unit dies. Tunnel Drill still takes the same amount of coins to kill it either way. But there's a chance that he doesn't actually have it. Witchfinder. Do we Heatwave Witchfinder? Or do we Heatwave his other guy, Cleaver? I think Cleaver. I'd be more concerned about Witchfinder if he had a way out already to deal with or to activate the bounties by killing our stuff, but he doesn't. So he has Tunnel Drill. We have Orbs coming back here too. This is going to be a pretty big turn. Yeah, this would be pretty good. We'll get our... So yeah, the deer transforms at end of turn, not when he goes to the graveyard. So we need 3 more after last turn, that's why I didn't come back. But these orbs will do it, along with Heatwave. And Ornamency, there we go. Orb. It's a lot of points. It's a lot of points. Gord's going to be pretty large too. We got 3 more Vitalities going on. This is looking pretty good actually, kind of surprised. Yeah, there's a Tunnel Drill. But like I said, he used all of his leader charges round 2 for that Philippa swing, which is what I was saying during that round. I wouldn't expect people to do that. And now his Tunnel Drill doesn't have coins to work with. Like, it had some coins, but it didn't have a ton. And since it didn't have a bank, he couldn't deal with our engines when we threw them out, and they actually all went off. And then this Gord's going to be 18. I don't think he has a big card left. The guy with Tribute and Cancel Tribute for each bounty deploy won't be very big. The Scoundrel. Wait, do we have any bronze units in our deck? We don't have any bronze units in our deck. That was just a 12. Big card for him, but not big enough. GG. The first game went much better than I anticipated, so this should be interesting. Alright, this also is probably not a great matchup. We'll see, we just don't want to deal with a lot of control. So hopefully he's playing like a hyper thin deck with not a lot of control. We have no sim loss yet. We have double rebukes. Hacked. I think we don't want... I don't think we want Waylay, although this and this isn't bad. Pull back Rebuke. This is interesting. We'll keep us packed if we have this. We can go for sim loss off of our Ornamency. Let's put back packed actually. Let's go with this. We have our Ornamency into sim loss into Orb on Seer. That gets us 3. Good start. This looks like to be one of the older standard type meta decks. Perhaps not. He's just gonna go right for a Fawn. Let's set up Swordmaster. It's our Waylay setup if her ping goes off. If he locks or damages this, he doesn't lock or damage something else. So we'll hit one of these guys. We could set up... I want to set up Seer for sim loss. So we'll play Seer next.
You must banish her. I see no other path.
So we'll set up Seer and sim loss. Dead Man's Tongue boost. Sure. I want the orbs, so we're gonna go for this. Ornamency, sim loss.
Why should I?
Get our Orbs of Insight. One here. One here. One here. Our next special card brings all 3 of those back from our discard pile. So we have to remember that. This should help us keep competitive with his points though. That's for sure. We can go Francesca. Could make another orb. Okay, he's gonna pass. There's a Knickers. So here's the thing. Right. We get +3. 1 damage here we'll use. Let's see, +3. We go to 22. We need 9 points here. Aelirenn in our deck helps a lot for the 9 points. What do we want to use to get her though? We need an elf. It's not Francesca. Waylay is too RNG for me. We could get it. We could also be forced to use a leader charge. So we'll go for the other card. So we can just go for 2 elves. Random row's not great here, so we'll go for 1 elf here.
Ugh, stop gurgling like that.
Use one of these. There's our 5. On the turn, she comes out, puts us at 34. Perfect. And now we can pass and go to the next round. It was pretty convenient we had the Aelirenn there. Her tempo swing round one's certainly valuable. Now, Let's see what we draw into. If we draw something good, we could do a push. Odormancy is definitely good. Probably don't need 2 rebukes though. We have our Francesca and we have our Feign Death. We have 3 orbs in our graveyard for carryovers. So I think we'll push here. Especially if he's going for a hyper thin strategy. We can go for Pact on this Odormancy for Isengrim or Gord. Francesca we can get out, and then we should one more special chain all of these back and she'll make one of them, which isn't bad. So we want to set up a seer.
The earth will flow with the blood of Enshay.
We don't want to appear too overcommittal just yet. I think we'll try and save Feign Death for round 3 and just push with everything else. So we'll play our Francesca. We'll play this. See what he does. So we'll save this for round 3. And then 2 elves. And Gord, ideally. Let's make sure we have that many elves, because everything in our deck's basically up at this point. All the units other than Gord. Alright, we're about to get a bunch of value, so we Odormancy for Odormancy, this is on its echo though, so we won't get Gord if we do that, so be careful. I think we just rebuke and then go for the orbs. They're all going to have to go on Elven Seer. Just makes it really big, which isn't great, so I think we actually want to play one of these first. I don't want to stack all of them on just one Seer. I don't want to throw out an ambush token just to put on the cards. There's a lock. Alright, so we lost out on a point by doing that, or on one of the Seers. It's not good. But not unexpected. We're being greedy. This will bring back all of our stuff. It's all 4 orbs. The lock, sure. Now we don't have many units left, but we'll set this up for carryover. These vitalities are going to keep ticking. I thought he was playing some kind of hyper thin deck, but I guess he isn't. Which is the reason we wanted to push this round. Okay, so that's not good value for him, which is nice. The fact that he hits this makes me think he doesn't have tall removal because it was our tallest card, so I think we're safe to make it bigger. Get another Orb of Insight back. I think here we pass with these 3 cards for the next round, or we can just Heat Wave. Alright, that's a pretty big swing. We land Heat Wave, puts him down to 24. We get 3 more, 27. I think, yeah, pushing pretty successfully there, I'll say. That last game we were pushing really successfully, even though he got his big Ivar swing off. I think he realized we were going to have an Elven Deadeye, or we're going to have a Feign Death round 3, and we still had our Heat Wave. And I think he may have actually been some type of hyper thin deck. Okay, here's our Fruits of Ysgith. Probably Gurnicore Relics. So actually Waylay and this Swordmaster are pretty good. We have our Simloss, which is nice. Honestly, his hand's pretty solid, except for this Pact. This is not bad either. So I don't think he'll have any answers to our engines. We're just going to be as greedy as possible. I don't think we need 2 rebukes. Yeah, we're just going to be as greedy as possible with our engines here. Because I don't think he's going to have any control tools to deal with it. Which means, if we throw out Swordmaster first, we can answer a Self-Eater. This Swordmaster is actually pretty valuable. You can ding a Self-Eater, then rebuke it. We can ding something for Waylay also later on. If he plays Larva, we can just throw out Waylay. We can also ding a Waylay, or ding a Larva like this, and then Waylay next turn with Scribe out. Which is what we're going to do. We can Waylay next turn, and then rebuke. Want to make sure you play enough special cards here. We do not have a Seer, which is unfortunate for our orbs. Okay, that's fine. We're going to hit, I guess, this Griffin. Sorry about that connection there. We'll just drop this Waylay here, like I said, and we'll pass. Or not pass, end our turn. So there's his Brewis. Now we have our Rebuke to deal with this one. As long as we keep controlling his stuff, we should be okay. Surprised he didn't consume that yet. If we Ornamency Rebuke, we kill off the value of Archospore. I don't think it's worth it though. He's going to keep playing, so I think we'll play a Sorceress.
Illusions. You've yet to see what they can accomplish.
If he passes, I think we can handle his long round, because we have a lot of control tools. But I don't think he's going to pass either. We have Aelirenn next turn for a swing as well. Oh, he drew both Archospores. Huh. This is interesting. So, we have an Ownermancy here. We also have Simloss for Orbs for carryover. We have one special here. Simloss plays 2. The orb, one orb will have 3 counters, go to the graveyard, go to 2, the other one will have 3. So if we play the orb first, we can boost her into getting another orb too. So we're going to do this. Simloss.
You are no lunatic.
Orb. Boost. Boost. Order. No orb, unfortunately. Nothing quite in range. 3 damage. Making a bomb does 4 though. Then we'll ding this. Now we should have counters at 1 and 2. These orbs on carryover. We've thinned out our Aelirenn. So we don't want to play any more special cards.
Quick, move those hooves! It'll both be ham.
If he plays She Who Knows here, we'll be okay because we can pull the orbs with our owner. We can Ownermancy a unit. Well, maybe not actually. He plays She Who Knows. He gets 10, 11, 12. One Thrive, 2, then 2 and passes, so he only needs a 6-point card. So I think we have to, we get 2 here, so he actually needs an 8, but that shouldn't be hard for him. These cards are all cards I want to save, so we'll pass. If he has the She Who Knows, we can be okay with that. Just a Gan can.
Blueberries,
Fair enough.
blueberries, for the lady of the woods.
Wait, that's not enough points. Oh yeah, it is, because he gets another second boost here. That's right. We did calculate this correctly. So we have our Feign Death. We have 4 carryover in our graveyard on each orb, which is nice. We have a Seer to be targeted if he tries to do anything. Don't really want Pact, I think. Do we want a Scribe? No, because we want some of these guys. Let's see if he pushes us. He's not.
Let us sing the song of steel.
Honestly, we should have kept that Swordmaster for round 3, now that I'm thinking about it. To kill off Gurnikora fruits. But we can go for the double heat wave on the Gurnikoras instead. At least have Waylay. There's a Waylay. Actually pretty valuable here. He has Larva. Don't really want this. Rebuke's not bad. But look at these cards. These are the cards I really want. So we'll put Scribe. Waylay versus Rebuke. I think we'll keep these and put back Scribe. Okay, Gord's good, so we can actually go for a Heat Wave off Onomancy. I want to set both these Seers up. And then after that, go for our Orbs from the graveyard. Curious what this will be. Second Griffin, so we can't Mamuna the Griffins for 20, but you can do it for Genkan once you get Sabbath. We'll go for the second one.
Children giving parents up unto death. It is inevitable.
I want Francesca to go Onomancy. She'll be at 3. Rebuke / one of these. She goes to 2. Onomancy, she goes to 1. Heat Wave. Duplicate Heat Wave. That's our plan. Now here, Rebuke gets an extra point. That's not bad. And then it also brings back both of our orbs, so we can throw down Francesca without too much concern. We should be at 1 on those again. Yep. 1 and 3. Well, we didn't take that into account with Francesca. That's awkward. This plays 1. Feign Death probably... I think we're not going to Onomancy our Heat Wave. We're going to Onomancy out this Sorceress, I think, so we can full activate Feign Death. Here's the Caranthier. We have a Waylay for this. Oh wait, not what I thought it was. Well, we can Waylay that next turn. Let's throw this out. So we can go Francesca to fully activate the scenario. Right, because she and Isengrim are 2 elves. There's an Aelirenn.
Mind you, I still like them.
Interesting. Well, we have to kill Aelirenn. Do we have to kill Aelirenn? I mean, the short answer is yes, but I don't want to have to kill Aelirenn. What if we don't? He's already Caranthiered, so what's to give him 2 extra Gurnikora fruits? It gives him 6. Double Heat Wave, can still win. Okay, we'll just kill this off. We'll rely on double Heat Wave here, I think. Let's bring back these. Francesca into Onomancy. Should be 1 orb left. That plays the orb. It's gonna be kinda hard to order this. There's the Bloody Mistress. So you're gonna fill this row up and not have enough room. Okay, so there's Adara not getting any value. So if we finish, we go Francesca. So I think we go Isengrim here. It's gonna lose points on Isengrim, but the double heat wave I think is more valuable. So that's what we're gonna do.
Aelirenn has shown us the way. No mercy! Racists.
We missed out on a couple points here. What we're going to get is when we drop Francesca, it'll activate the Feign Death. That'll bring back the orb, then we can have Onermancy. So we're gonna drop Francesca. We can kill off a fruit here too with the Waylay. Kill off one of these. Get this back. Boost here. Francesca's down to 1. So we can Onermancy out for 2 cards. One will be Heat Wave. One will be, I guess, Sorceress. So we get 2 Heat Waves. Or, not 2 waves, 2 Onermancies. One's this. So we'll Heat Wave here. Onermancy again. Most value is going to be on her creating something.
I could drown you in a single...
And then Gord's 20. Gurney Korra gone. I don't think the spawn's worth a lot of points. I mean, he does have a Manmuna, most likely. Which is a huge swing. Especially if it plays the Gan-Tan. Is it enough to overcome a Gord? We'll find out. Alright, Manmuna's big. Especially with Gan-Kan. I don't know if it's this big, though. He doesn't have the Manmuna, just a Gan-Kan. Looks like we got him. I was concerned not having the Sword Mistress would be a problem here. It looks like we got a lot of value out of the spells. GG. So what do I think about the deck and what changes would I make? I think the deck's actually way better than I anticipated. Now, it may not be top tier, but I'm not sure. It seems actually pretty good. It's just going to be really weak to control. It's kind of the thing, right? Because they kill your sorceresses and your seers. What's it? What are you going to target with Orb of Insight? You really need Elven Seer for all these orbs and carryovers. So that's why we have the scribes and sword masters and such to bait them out, their removal. But as far as the other cards, Ysgith did well. I didn't miss Alzur. Alzur's fun, but not having him wasn't a big deal. Yeah, I didn't miss him. Deer did kind of awfully. Was at best a 9 for 9, I think, in all of our games. I'll give it a few more chances. We can maybe duplicate with Francesca or something, but not impressed so far. What I am impressed with was Isengrim. I really like having Isengrim and Harald Gord for 2 different big finishers, right? We can go Feign Death. Feign Death we can either use round 1 if we need it, to go into our scenarios where we want to have our carryover and our orbs and such. We can use Feign Death to get there if we don't want to play more special cards. We can use Feign Death round 2 for getting pushed. We can use Feign Death round 3 and then get a bunch of elven Deadeyes out, and just elves in general because all the mages we're using are elves. And then have Isengrim land for like boost 10 guys, land for like 14 points, and then go into Harald Gord for 15 to 20 again right afterwards. The 2 finishers are really nice, and you can always commit Isengrim earlier if you need him. Say round 2, say you're forced to play scenario round 2, you can drop Isengrim with a couple leader charges, especially if the round 3 is going to be short, and secure the round that way, and then just rely on Gord for round 3. If you're getting pushed like that, you'll probably go up a card from this, and then you can have your Harald Gord last play, and then they can't answer it. Yeah, now Orb of Insight. May have underestimated Orb of Insight. It's not awful. I kind of thought it might be not very good, but I was hesitant because anything with carryover value can be good, that's for sure. That's why I'm still holding out hope on the Deer. But Orb of Insight, if you can hit Elven Seer makes Orb of Insight. Doesn't mean Orb of Insight's really good. No, I think it means Elven Seer is really good. But again, if your opponent kills this, your Orb of Insights come much worse. The nice thing with the Orb of Insights is you can use them to help out with triggering Francesca. You can do a lot of stuff like that. It's the best sim loss target for sure in the deck. 2 rebukes, I love the rebukes. The control options are really good. Sorceresses are good, Seers are good. Definitely want to keep these. Whisperer, the one that makes a copy of it. This lady right here, she's 3. Now, going with the idea of making a lot of engines so they can't kill them all, she's not bad. The thing is, I don't have the provisions. I think if I cut Deer, we would put her in instead of Scribe, or instead of Swordmaster, and then try out Vanadane. So cut Deer, her, over probably Scribe, and then put in Vanadane. I think that could be interesting. But right now, there's not enough provisions for her. But yeah, the bronzes all seem pretty solid. I think this is the version I want. If Deer still keeps underperforming, we'll try out Vanadane with the Whisper. But that's the deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.